Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well as well as teach well. And also peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And the title of this video is going to be The Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Alright, the Lord will detoxify the earth from wickedness. Okay, the Lord will toxify the earth from wickedness. Alright, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the one true Lord. Okay, and real quick, as you can see, I have here on the screen the etymology of the word detoxify. It says detoxify. It says 1905. It says remove poisonous qualities from. Okay, so Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, is going to remove poisonous qualities from, in this case, the earth. It's going to detoxify the earth, because that's what's going on in the earth, all right, all throughout the earth, currently right now, under the rulership of none other than Esau, Edom, as well as the rest of these heathen nations as well, but primarily spearheaded by Esau, Edom. Okay, all we see is nothing but poison, all right, and toxins spread forth all throughout the earth. All right, and as a matter of fact, let's get Psalms 58. All right, as you can see at the top of the chapter, prayer for the punishment. I don't know why I did that, but as you see at the top of the chapter, prayer for the punishment of the wicked. Okay, so this is speaking of the wicked in this chapter. Psalms 58 verse 1. To the chief musician Altashith, it says, Miktam of David, do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? All right, verse 2. Yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. And we know the most violent nation of men on the earth are the Edomites. Okay, Esau, Edom. The scriptures tell you in Genesis 27 that Esau received the blessing, okay, to ultimately have the fatness of the earth, to control the resources, the food, things like the oil, drilling oil throughout the earth. All right, Esau would have control over the fatness of the earth and rule over the earth by way of what? The sword. All right, his sword, his military, his guns, his tanks, his rockets. Okay, fighter jets. Esau has conquered the earth through pure brute force. And of course, we ultimately know that their sword also goes into what? His pseudoscience, his technology, his false history, his medical systems. All right, his judicial system, his court system, his laws and whatnot. All right, Esau has weighed the earth in violence. He's weighed nothing but violence into the earth. All right, by way of his hands. Okay, his power, his strength that's been given to him. All right, on the left hand side by Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, but soon the Lord is getting ready to take away his power. As the scripture says in the book of Psalms, the Lord is going to break the arms of the wicked, roughly paraphrasing it. But it says, verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, as soon as this devil first came into the earth, all right, as the serpent in the garden, who was more subtle than any beast of the field, which when you go into that word serpent in Genesis 3, Genesis 3 and 1, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, Okay, the beast representing the other nations, because you had other nations on the earth, all right, before Adam and Eve, okay, which, in the scriptures, when you're without wisdom and understanding and knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai, you can be likened into a beast, okay, an animal, all right. You can be equated on a level of a beast. And in this case, this serpent right here, all right, which is the spirit of Esau, Edom, before he was called Esau, all right. Esau is likened to a beast, a serpent. It says, Genesis 3:1, now the serpent was more subtile than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh power hath made, all right. And he said unto the woman, yea, hath Yahweh said, ye should not eat of every tree of the garden, all right. And as brothers always going to this word serpent, Nakash, Strong's H 5175, Nakash, it says, all right, goes into a literal serpent or a literal snake, right? When you go to the outline usage, but now the main point is when you go to the root, Strong's H 5172, Nachash, and it says what? To practice divination, divine, observe times, learn by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen. Okay, then it says to practice divination, basically a witch. All right, a witch. All right, somebody who deals with, as it says right here, whisper a magic spell. Okay, so a person who deals with magic and magic spells. All right, enchantments, basically a witch. All right, so the serpent, which is an actual man or a nation of people going back to the garden, were basically a man or a nation of people that dealt with witchcraft. Okay, left hand philosophies. All right, and basically ways that are against the ways of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And here it is, here in these latter days, Esau bears that spirit. Esau, Edom. Esau bears the spirit of the serpent. Hence why he's known in Revelation the 12th chapter as that old serpent called the devil and Satan. All right, because Esau he's basically built up an whole entire system, which is the revival of the fourth beast system, the ancient Greco-Roman system, to do and commit any and everything against Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, and as a matter of fact, even when you go to it, Revelation the 13th chapter. All right, because basically, what would be the MO of the last leg of this fourth beast system, which John the Revelator is speaking of here in Revelation 13. All right, the beast spoken of here in Revelation 13 is also the fourth beast spoken of in Daniel the 7th chapter. All right, and when you deal with Revelation the 13th chapter, okay, we go straight to the point. Revelation 13 verse 6, and he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh by Shemal Shai, to blaspheme his name, okay, which name goes into what? Fame, reputation, glory, memorial, monument, rank, legacy, okay. It says, and his tabernacle, all right, the elect, the house of David, the 144, all right, and them that dwell in heaven, the holy angels, okay. So the whole entire MO of this beast system, the revival of this fourth beast system, okay, America, NATO, and the EU, will be all about blaspheming Yahweh Shemel Shai and his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. Okay, any and everything that is of Yahweh Shemel Shai, this system ran by Esau Edom would go against that. Okay, which is why in the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, Esau is also known as what? The man of sin, the son of perdition, okay, who would oppose and exalt himself against all that is called, Yahweh Shemel Shai. That is the that's the MO of this system that this man has set up. And that was the MO of, Esau back when he was a serpent in the garden. Ye shall surely not die. But this is back in Psalms 58. in verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yeah, when this devil was a serpent in the garden, he was all about speaking lies. He deceived Eve, okay, who then deceived Adam. All right, he was estranged, which, let's look up this word estranged. Strong's H2114, Zawar says to be strange, to be a stranger. All right. Says foreigner and enemy. Okay, so these devils were literally enemies against Yahweh Shemel Shai and that righteous seed, the sons of God. All right, going all the way back to the garden. And then it says right here, which I find very interesting, it says, loathsome of breath. Loathsome of breath. Okay, and loathsome basically goes into like a negative sigh, or like a negative groan against something. Basically to being like that spirit, that spirit of disgust, or that spirit of just being like exhausted. And of course, it says loathsome of the breath. Now that breath, we can easily tie that to what? The breath of life, the Holy Spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah. All right, as well as the breath in regards to the breath of prophecy, the spirit of prophecy, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shah. So this devil, he was estranged, going all the way back to the womb, since the beginning in the garden. All right, of the breath of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the Holy Spirit, the instruction, the laws, and the statutes, and commandments, and the wisdom of Yahweh Shemel Shah, the breath of prophecy. This devil is an enemy against all those things, estranged from the womb. Okay? And so when we read it again, Psalms 58 verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear. So the poison of these devils, Esau, Edom, okay, which is what? Their lies. Okay, their lies, their pseudoscience, their pseudo-technology. All right, their philosophies and their doctrines, their false history. All right, their false way of doing things. It's all likened to poison, the poison of a serpent. All right, and when we also get this in Psalm 73. Psalm 73 is also speaking of, as you can see at the top, the end of the wicked, okay, which is Esau, Edom, primarily going into the elites of Esau, Edom, right? Their top banking families. Okay, it said in Psalm 58, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. Their lies, their pseudoscience, their false education, right? And when we go right here to Psalm 73 in verse 8, it says they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily. Verse 9, they set their mouth against the heaven. Okay, blaspheming the Most High, Yahweh Shemashai, His name, His tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven, right? Like we read in Revelation 13, right? And it says, and their tongue walketh throughout the earth. Yeah, their tongue, their poison, their lies, their philosophies and their doctrines, their pseudoscience, okay, walketh throughout the whole entire earth, okay? And through their lies and their pseudoscience and their false education, which is likened to poison, right, is done nothing but what? Spread toxicity throughout the earth, okay? Poison throughout the earth, all right? And so when we go back to that word detoxify from etymologyonline.com, it says remove poisonous qualities from. Yeah, and that's what Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to do when Yahweh Shai gets sent back to the earth, when he cracks those clouds, so to speak, with the holy angels. Yahweh Shai is going to remove all of the toxins and the poisons and the pseudoscience and the wicked inventions of Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations from the earth. Okay? Because real quick, let's go to Sirach, the 10th chapter. Let's make this bigger. Sirach 10, Sirach 10, verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. So the physician, which who's the ultimate physician? Yahweh Shai. Okay? When he returns, he's going to cut off the long disease of the earth. And what is it, the long disease of the earth? All right, Edomite supremacy, or better known in this world as, so-called white supremacy. Okay, Yahweh Shai is coming to cut, all right, all these things off. All right, that has basically polluted the earth, both physically, carnally, as well as mentally and spiritually. And it says, and he that is today a king, which is Esau, Edom, tomorrow shall die. All right, yeah, Yahweh Shai is coming to take this man down. All right, take him down from his rulership. Okay, take down this beast system, America, NATO, and EU, which has been nothing but a disease. All right, a cancer throughout the four corners of the earth over the last 500 to 600 years, going all the way back to the so-called Renaissance period. All right, so Yahweh Shai is coming back to cut off and remove the poisonous qualities from the earth. All right, both physically as well as spiritually. Detoxify. So it says, let's read the rest of this definition. It says, earlier in the same sense was detoxicate, 1867. And it says, of persons treat to remove the effects of the, let me read that again. It says, of persons treat to remove the effects of alcohol or drugs as a step to ending addiction. And spiritually, that this world is drugged up and intoxicated with that spiritual alcohol, that spiritual wine. Okay, so much to the point to where this world is addicted to it. And what wine am I talking about? Not actual carnal physical wine, but instead spiritual wine, the wine of Babylon the Great. Okay, let's go to Revelation 18. Revelation, the 18th chapter, which speaks about, of course, Babylon the Great. All right, and let's just go straight to the point. Revelation 18 verse 3. It says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All right, yeah, all nations have drunk of the wine of the fornication of Babylon the Great. And of course, that wine talking about spiritually, okay, the philosophies, the doctrines, okay, taking on the democracy of Babylon the Great, America, taking on the alphabet agenda of pushed by America, okay, taking on the feminism, and women's liberations and women's rights, which has done nothing but destroy families and destroy children, okay, and destroy men. All right, taking on the American dollar. Okay, all nations have drunk of all these things from Babylon the Great. And it says, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, taking on the dollar, taking on democracy and feminism and the alphabet agenda and all these things. And it says, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Yeah, the merchants of the earth, basically making millions and billions of dollars off of exporting their goods to America. Because when you go into it, America, the United States is one of the most, if not the most, the main countries that receive the most exports throughout the world. All right, and these different nations have gotten rich off of all the things that America imports from them. And even when you go in this chapter, when you jump down to verse 12, matter of fact, verse 11, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. All right, weep and mourn over the destruction of Babylon the Great, America. It says, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen, purple and silk and scarlet and all thyine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. Right, all these things um, America receives by way of imports, right, from these different nations. It says, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and breasts and sheep, Salakia, and beasts, not breasts, and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. Okay, people's minds and in their desires, all being all centered around Babylon the Great and the American dream. But nonetheless, the main point, all the things that are listed, between verses 12 and 13, are all things that America is most known, to receive by way of imports. Okay, so that's how, the merchants of the earth, these different nations, have waxed rich off of America by exporting their goods to America, okay, and making millions and billions of dollars off of it. All right, but nonetheless, the main point in this chapter being, all nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of the fornication of Babylon. The philosophies of the democracy, the feminism, the alphabet agenda, okay, the dollar, and when you go to Jeremiah 51, Jeremiah 51 and 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. All right, that made all the earth intoxicated, right? Poisoned. It says the nations have drunken of her wine. All right, the dollar, the democracy, the feminism, the alphabet agenda. Therefore, the nations are mad. And so, here it is. These nations are mad, have gone mad because of the wine of Babylon and taken on the philosophies of Babylon the Great, America. All right, they're mad in the sense of, they're drunken. They became more immoral, more immoral, and also they're mad in the sense of they look at how these leaders of these different countries that have taken on the wine of Babylon, right? They see the effects of the philosophies of Babylon and how the philosophies of Babylon has affected their country, negatively, and so now they're pissed off at America, and now they basically want to gang up and go to war against Babylon the Great, shoot missiles at this place, ultimately, and that's what we see stirring up throughout the whole world. You got these BRICS nations coming up against America and the dollar, forming these economic alliances, which is ultimately going to turn into military alliances, where you got these various nations linking up with Russia and China. You got Iran getting in the mix of that. Syria, Turkey, okay, various African nations teaming up with Russia. India, Pakistan, and so on and so forth. Okay, because all of these nations, in some way, shape, or form, have drunken of the wine of Babylon. Taking on the philosophies of Babylon and the dollar, and therefore what? Now they're mad. They're more immoral. They're more corrupted. Okay, and now now the leaders of those countries are pissed off and angry. Okay, but it's all due to the toxins and the poisons of Babylon the Great, ran by Esau Edom. Okay, and let's also get this. Because what else does the scripture say about Esau, Edom? This is in Malachi 1, verse 4. It says, "Whereas Edom saith, We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places thereof." And when did Esau, Edom return to build it? Well, first and foremost, what are the desolate places thereof that is speaking of? The ancient Roman system, the ancient Western Roman Empire, okay, which is taken down around 475, 476 A.D. Okay, and since that time period, all right, we went into what Esau calls the so-called Dark Ages, where it's basically Jake, so-called Negroes, all right, of the nation of Israel, ruling all throughout Europe and Russia and whatnot, with the Russian icons and things like that. Okay, ruling over Great Britain and Ireland and Spain and Italy, with the Moors and whatnot, ruling throughout Russia. Okay, and during that one, for a period of 1,000 years, you know, and during that period of 1,000 years, Esau likes to call it the so-called Dark Ages. All right, but really, during that 1,000 year period, Esau was pushed out into the caves of the Caucasus Mountains. All right, the caves of the Caucasus Mountains, dwelling as cavemen and cave women. All right, in a desolate state. All right, doing all manner of wickedness and uncleanliness. During that 1,000 year period, and then 1,000 years later, during the early 1400s, okay, you had what was known as what the so-called Renaissance period, which the word Renaissance means rebirth. All right, and during the so-called Renaissance period, Esau came back into power. All right, let's look it up. Renaissance era. All right, as soon as it comes up. All right, so real quick, this is Renaissance off of Wikipedia. It says the Renaissance is a period in history and a cultural movement marking the transition from the Middle Ages, or so-called Dark Ages, right, to modernity, covering the 15th and 16th centuries, which is what the 14 and 1500s. It says, and characterized by an effort to revive and surpass the ideas and achievements of classical antiquity. Antiquity. So you see that. So the so-called Renaissance period, which means rebirth, when you look it up, was as it says, an effort to revive, okay, to revive and surpass the ideas of classical antiquity. And real quick, what is classical antiquity? All right, classical antiquity from wikipedia.com. It says, also known as the classical era, classical period, classical age, or simply classical history or antiquity, is the period of cultural history from the 7th century BC and the late 5th century AD. And it says, and relevant to the lands around the Mediterranean Sea. And then it says right here, dominated by the Greco-Roman world. You see, the Greco-Roman world, which the ancient Greek and Roman Empire were ruled by who? Edomites, okay, Idumeans. It says it is a period in which ancient Greece and ancient Rome flourished and wielded huge influence throughout much of Europe, North Africa, and West Asia. And so you see that. And so the so-called Renaissance period was all about bringing all these things back. That ancient Greco-Roman system, ancient Greco-Roman customs and ideas and practices and mindsets. All right. And not only this time spreading all that influence throughout Europe and North Africa and West Asia, but all throughout the world. Okay, all throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, and when you go into the scriptures, as well as secular history, the customs and the ways of ancient Greece were all about what? Spreading wickedness and evils throughout the earth. As a matter of fact, let's just go to First Maccabees. First Maccabees, the first chapter. All right, and start at 7. First Maccabees 1 or 7. So Alexander, all right, Alexander who? Alexander the Greek. Okay, the first king of the ancient Greek Empire. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bear rule every one in his place. All right, his servants referring to the four generals of Alexander after his death. Ptolemy, Cassander, Seleucid, and Lysimachus. Okay, who were the front runners of the four Hellenistic kingdoms after Alexander. All right, also known as the Diadochi. All right, and it says, verse 9, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, meaning they all started their own kingdoms. It says, so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So, at the beginning of the ancient Greek empire, led by Alexander, evils were multiplied throughout the earth. You had Hellenization, where basically they went throughout the nations that they conquered and forced Greek culture and Greek language and Greek customs and Greek gods upon the nations that they conquered, including our people. All right, as you continue reading the rest of this chapter and the book of Maccabees as a whole, you read about Antiochus Epiphanes and how he came into the Holy Land and brutally Hellenized many of our forefathers. Okay, but evils were multiplied throughout the earth at the beginning of the ancient Greek Empire. All right, and of course it continued throughout the ancient Rome. When ancient Rome came into power, they did all manner of blasphemy against Yahweh Shemel Shai and against the disciples who turned became apostles. None of Esau Edom's rulership forwarded the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai. They were solely against the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai. And so, now that we read all of that, okay, when we go back to Malachi 1 and 4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said, all right, that ancient Greco-Roman system, right, at the beginning of the Renaissance period. But now here's what the Lord has to say. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. All right, so the Lord has allowed Esau Edom to return back into power from the Renaissance period up till today. The Lord has allowed Esau Edom to build that ancient Greco-Roman system all over again for the purpose of, fulfilling end time prophecy, okay, as well as, building up Babylon the Great, which is to be, the last place of our last captivity as a nation, all right, all 12 tribes. It says, they shall build, but I will throw down. Okay, the Lord has allowed these devils to build up to where they're at right now, but ultimately the Lord is going to throw them down, all right, through Yahushua and the holy angels, as well as use the other nations to aid in throwing this man's rulership down, in the third world's war, the nuclear missiles. And it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shai hath indignation forever. So anywhere Esau Edom would rule and dwell at in his outer days, okay, which is basically the fatness of the earth, would be known as the border of wickedness. So this devil, through his blessing, the fatness of the earth by way of the sword, and as well as pseudoscience and pseudo technology, and the revival of classical antiquity. The mindset and the ideas and the values of the ancient Greco-Roman system, right? Through Esau Edom pushing all these things throughout the four corners of the earth, this man has basically set up a world of wickedness, okay? A world of poison, a world of toxins, all right? A world that's governed and operated based off of the mindset of the serpent going back to the garden, okay? Witchcraft and enchantments, magic and spells, okay? Basically, ungodly anti-Messiah energy, all right? The border of wickedness. Let's look up this word wickedness. All right, this word wickedness, Strong's H7564, Rasha'a, Salakia, Rashai, and it says wickedness, guilt. It says wickedness of civil relations, of enemies. Then it says wickedness, ethical and religious. All right, and ethical, I believe, goes into like morals and values. Let's look it up real quick. Okay, yeah. It says ethical relating to moral principles or the branch of knowledge dealing with these. Then it goes into moral, social behavior having to do with the right and wrong. Okay, and then it even goes into of medicine legally available only on a doctor's prescription, and usually not advertised to the general public. All right. So this devil has spread wickedness in a moral sense and a social sense. All right, and as well as a medical sense, dealing with medicine. As a matter of fact, that makes me think of going back to Revelation 18. It's sorcery, the sorcery of Babylon the Great. Let's see. All right. Let's see, 23. All right, let's start at 21. All right, Revelation 18, verse 21 says, "And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." All right, and that stone, that great millstone that is speaking of in the scripture, is likened unto Yahweh Shai. All right, that chief cornerstone. Okay, Yahweh Shai and the holy angels, along with the missiles, is what's going to throw down Babylon the Great physically. It was going to turn this place into a lake of fire. All right, but verse 22, "And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters," all right, all these rappers and singers and entertainers and whatnot, it says, "shall be heard no more at all in thee." Okay, "and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee." All right, real quick, this word craftsman. All right, no more craftsmen are going to be found in thee. Says
Strong's G 5079 Tachnites. Tachnites.
technites. All right, which is related to the word technology, right? Says an artificer, craftsman. Okay, it goes into builder. So all these skilled laborers. Your electricians, your welders, mechanics, all right, plumbers, and of course, not to mention these engineers, the art, and these artificers of this society, these scientists and these people that make all these devices, and people that make and of course, not to mention people that make all this AI and Karagma technology. Okay, none of these people are going to be found no more when the Lord take this place down. All right, the artificers or the things that they're creating. Okay, all these idols, all this technology and these devices that they're creating, which is basically likened into idols. All right, that people put their trust in so much. All right, all those things are no longer going to be found in Babylon the Great when the Lord take this place down. Let's go to the root word.
Strong's G 5078. Techne. Techne.
It says of the plastic art of a trade. All right, a craft, skill, occupation. All right, again, these skilled laborers, and not to mention these high level witches and warlocks that are that operate in this society. That invent all this technology and these devices. The Karagma people that make all this AI. These engineers and whatnot. Okay. Hey, it tells you in Daniel 8:25, which is originally speaking of Antiochus Epiphanes, but we can apply this to here in America today. It talks about how this devil would cause craft to prosper. Okay, witchcraft, sorcery. All right. So when the Lord take this place now, all of that witchcraft and sorcery is no longer going to be found. Okay, nor is it going to deliver Babylon the Great and Esau Edom from its judgment. Okay, so Revelation 18:22 again, the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman or whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. Yeah, all this construction and work and labor that's going on in this place. All right, all that's going to be put out. Okay, and then now here's the point, verse 23, because we read that word wickedness in Malachi 1:4, where Esau would be known as the border of wickedness, and we looked up that word ethical. It's like it. That word ethical. When it goes into morals and and then as we went down, it also went into of medicine. You know, of medicine. So this devil spreads wickedness through his medicine, right? Now Revelation 18:23, just to tie that together, just to link it up, and the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. Yeah, all these weddings are going to be canceled. But it says, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And as brothers always go into this word sorceries that Esau is used to deceive the nations, this word sorceries.
Strong's G 5331. Pharmakia. Pharmakia.
Pharmakia, pharmacies. And what does it say? The use or the administering of drugs, poisoning, poisoning, toxicities, right? Poisonings. It says sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry and fostered by it. It says metaphorically the deceptions and seductions of idolatry. So this devil will be known as the border of wickedness, Not only through his military power and his weapons and whatnot. All right, as well as his false philosophies and pseudoscience, but he would also be known as the border of wickedness according to his pharmakeia. All right, the way he administers drugs, both in the carnal physical sense, all right, as well as in the spiritual sense. His spiritual drugs, which is what? His magical arts, his witchcrafts and enchantments, which is all rooted in what? Idolatry, as we're reading right here, which is ultimately all of his, witchcraft is all rooted in the influence of the spiritual demon Satan and the left hand side. Okay, see it says right here, medication, pharmacy. All right, and even right here it says magic. Okay, magic. So this devil, through his left hand magic and left hand influence and pseudoscience and wickedness, has basically spread poisons and toxins throughout the earth, both in a carnal physical sense, by polluting the air with all these chemtrails, polluting the waters, with all these chemicals and train derailments everywhere, defiling the foods, okay, creating GMOs and lab grown foods. This devil has spread nothing but poisons and toxins throughout the earth on a carnal physical sense, but also ultimately in a spiritual sense as well. Spreading idolatry everywhere, witchcrafts and enchantments, setting up all these wicked celebrities and entertainers and just promoting them all in front of the people, through their music and their entertainment, okay, the gangster rap music and the trap music and whatnot, drill music, even the rock music and the pop music. All those things Esau has in his back pocket to be used to further forward his poison. Okay, which all those things are all rooted in idol worship. And as a matter of fact, speaking of idolatry and idol worship and whatnot, because speaking of things that are poisoning the earth, you know, before Esau has gained the technology and the power to poison the earth on a physical level, polluting the air and the water and the food and whatnot, spilling oil all in the waters. Before Esau has done all these things on a carnal physical level, he's polluted the earth in a spiritual level with all these idols that he's forwarding. All these idols and enchantments. Okay, and when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter, it speaks about the results of a society that's ran by idol worship. Okay, as we can see right here, Wisdom of Solomon 14 verse 12, for the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. Okay, idol worship corrupts life. All right, and when you read into this chapter, it goes into how idol worship corrupted life. Before the flood. During the days of Enoch and Noah and the sons of God. And guess what? As Yahushua said, the days leading up to his second coming, we will be as in the days of Noah, right? So we're witnessing flood-like behavior all throughout the earth once again through these idols promoted by Esau, Edom, and Babylon the Great. And when you go into this chapter, Wisdom of Solomon 14, the 14th chapter, all right, on how idol worship corrupts life, right? It says, let's see. It says, starting at verse 23, for whilst they slew their children in sacrifices, or used secret ceremonies, or made revelings of strange rites, okay, they kept neither lives nor marriages any longer undefiled, neither but either one slew another traitorously, or grieved him by adultery, so that there reigned in all men without exception of blood, manslaughter, theft, dissimulation, corruption, unfaithfulness, tumults, perjury, disquieting of good men, forgetfulness of good turns, defiling of souls, changing of kinds. All right, the whole alphabet agenda. It says disorder in marriages, adultery, shameless uncleanness, and then it goes into the next verse, verse 27. For the worshiping of idols is not to be named, is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. You see, and all the things that we just read are at an all-time high in these latter days under the rulership of Esau Edom, the border of wickedness. Okay, so Esau promotes all the things that we just read through his wickedness, his pseudoscience, technology, his pharmakeia. Okay, the entertainment that he pushes out, the music, the TV shows, the movies. Okay, things that he pushes on social media. All right, and all those things has done nothing but push forth nothing but literal and spiritual toxins throughout the earth. Okay, poison. You know, and as a matter of fact, referring back to the serpent in the garden again, right? Through Eve taking on the poison of the serpent, the fruit of the serpent, which is basically false doctrines and false philosophies, left-handed philosophies. Okay, it ultimately led to all the things that we read here in Wisdom of Solomon 14. Okay, this is all the fruit and the poison of the serpent right here. The corruption, the falling of souls, changing of kind, disorder in marriages and all these different things. This is all the poison of the serpent right here. Okay, and Esau, promotes these things at an all-time high because he's that old serpent back into power once again throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. This is their tongue that walketh throughout the earth, like we read earlier in Psalm 73. Okay? And so now we're at the time, for Yahweh Shema Shah to just basically take this man down because this earth is too toxic. Okay? This earth is too defiled and poisoned. Real quick, let me get this. This is Sirach chapter 10, verse 3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Okay, and who is the king right now of the earth? Esau Edom. And he's ruling the earth against the wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shai, an unwise king. He's ruling the earth through wickedness. So it says, Sirach 10 and 3 again, an unwise king destroyeth his people. Through what? Polluting the waters, polluting the air, polluting the foods, creating GMO foods everywhere, poisoning the foods that we eat. Okay, all these things are destroying the society. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. Okay, and the prudence, the prudent rulers of the earth, that's getting ready to be set up in the power very soon, is Yahushua and the tabernacle of David, the 144,000. And Lord willing, I be of that number, through our prudence and carefulness and wisdom. All right, this earth is going to be inhabited in righteousness. All right, this earth is going to be inhabitable. Okay, because we're going to restore this earth in total righteousness. All right, once again under Yahushua. All right, in the kingdom forever and ever and ever. All right, now let's get out of here. Let's get out of Jeremiah. Get back out of some of these tabs real quick. Let's get Malachi, the 4th chapter. All right, Malachi 4, and let's start at 1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. All right, and that day that's going to come that shall burn as oven, talking about the day of the Lord, right? And what's going to burn the wicked of the earth as an oven to turn them into stubble? Okay, the nuclear missiles that's going to be shot off primarily here in Babylon the Great, America. That's going to turn this place into a lake of fire. And not to mention the fire that's going to come from the chariots of Yahweh and the holy angels. Okay, all that fire is going to turn the wicked of the earth, especially primarily here in Babylon the Great, into stubble. Okay, it's going to burn them as an oven. All right, these Edomites here in Babylon, these heathen here in Babylon, as well as not to mention the 2/3 of our people. Okay, the scripture speaks about how the Lord is going to leave 2/3 of our people and melt them. All right, I believe it speaks about that in Jeremiah. All right, but it says, "In the day that cometh, all right, the day of the Lord that cometh, that shall come as a thief in the night, right? And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch." Okay, so the Lord, is gonna detox the earth from all this wickedness by way of fire. Okay, which is the ultimate cleansing agent. Fire, because going back to the flood, the Lord first detoxed the earth back during the time of Noah by way of water and bringing a flood, right? Which water is a cleansing agent. But now in this time, the Lord is going to detox the earth by way of fire. Okay, and of course, not the whole entire earth this time, but only certain parts of the earth, primarily here in America, Babylon the Great. The Lord is going to detox the earth, okay, parts of the earth, from all this wickedness by way of fire. All right. So it says, verse 2, "But unto you that fear my name, which is the elect of the nation of Israel, shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healings in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall." So Yahweh Shai is going to come back with healings in his wings. Okay? Just the overall energy and vibration in the spirit that Yahweh Shai and the holy angels are gonna come back with is going to be healing. Okay, like it says in 2 Thessalonians 2, he's gonna come to destroy the wicked with just simply the brightness of his coming. The sheer brightness, the sheer majesty, okay, the sheer power and glory that Yahweh Shai is coming back with the holy angels. Just that alone is going to destroy Esau, Edom, and these heathen nations with just the brightness of his coming, which is going to be healing unto us, as well as the earth as well. And this word healing shall arise with healings in his wings. This word healings, Strong's H4832 says marpa. Okay, and as a matter of fact, because you notice the first two letters of this word, mar, right, which we know mar in the Hebrew means bitter. Now, to be healed from something, whether it be, sickness or whatnot, to be healed from something requires taking certain bitters, bitter herbs, bitter plants and whatnot, because bitters, as unpleasant as they taste, they're good for you. The Yahweh Shema Shai has created things on the earth to where, though it may not taste good, but overall it is good for you, is for your better health. Those bitters that mar, right? So I just find it interesting that the first two Hebrew letters of this word healing in Malachi 4:2 is mar, okay, marpa, Strong's H4832, marpa, and it says what? Health, healing, cure. Okay, did we not read earlier in Sirach 10? The physician cutteth off a long disease. All right, Yahweh Shai, the physician. Well, how is he going to do that? By coming with healings in his wing. All right, to cure the earth from this long disease known as Edomite supremacy. It says healing, cure, okay, health, profit, sound of mind. Okay, yeah. Then it goes right here down in the Strong's definition. says remedy. Okay, remedy. All right, so Yahweh Shai, along with the holy angels, are gonna come to the earth with the ultimate remedy. Okay, the ultimate healing cure. All right, which is righteousness, starting with the brightness of his coming. The chariots, which operate off of the spirit of the heavenly Father, Yahweh. Okay, which the chariots are ran by pure energy, pure power, which is why in Revelation the chariot that Yahweh Shai is going to return with is known as a white horse, right? White meaning pure, and then a horse representing power, right? So Yahweh Shai and the holy angels are coming back with pure power from literally from the heavens, okay, to bring healings, all right, a healing spirit and a healing vibration into the earth to cure the earth from all this wickedness promoted by Esau Edom, all right, all this poison, okay, and let's go to Psalms 67 and end it off in this chapter. Okay, Psalm 67 and verse 1. To the chief musician of Neganoth, a psalm or song. It says, the Most High Yahweh be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah. Yeah, us that are the hopeful elect. Okay, it says, that thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. You see that? So in the kingdom, the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai are going to be known upon all the earth, which is what? The laws, the statutes, the commandments, okay, which are going to go forth from Jerusalem in the kingdom, which Jerusalem is going to serve as the headquarters of the kingdom. All right. And this word way, okay, that thy way may be known upon earth. All right, this word way, Strong's H1870, Darak, like the word Derek, Darak in the Hebrew, it says way, road, distance, journey, manner, all right, direction, all right, because what direction is this world going? Left. Well, when Yahweh Shai and the tabernacle of David is going to be set up, and the law, statutes, commandments is going to be pushed forth throughout the earth, the direction that this world is going to go is back and right. Okay, back and righteous. It says manner, habits, way, and then it says of course of life, of moral character. Okay, so when the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shai are going to be pushed forth throughout the earth with a rod of iron under Yahweh Shai and the tabernacle of David, okay, it's going to go back to the course of life and the moral character of the Most High Yahweh, the law, statutes, commandments, and through that manner, this way of life is going to be healing throughout the earth. Okay, let's see. Now my internet want to act up funny. So when we read it again, Psalm 67 verse 2 again, that thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. Yeah, because the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai was going to be health among the earth, okay, throughout all the nations. All right, starting with the nation of Israel, of course. All right, but ultimately, all nations are gonna benefit from the ways of Yahweh Shema Shai once we're set back up into power. Yahweh Shai in the tabernacle of David, the nation of it, all right, and then ultimately the whole nation of Israel, ultimately in the kingdom. Okay, it says, verse 3, let the people praise thee, or Yahweh, let all the people praise thee. Yeah, because ultimately, when the nation of Israel, starting with Yahweh Shai and the tabernacle of David, are going to be set back up into power, okay, these nations are going to they're going to be better off. All right. As a matter of fact, Let's go to Proverbs 29 and 2 real quick. Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Yep. And the wicked are bearing rule right now. Esau, Edom. Therefore, the people are mourning because of what? All this poison, all these false doctrines, falsehoods going on throughout the earth. But guess what? When the righteous are going to be set up in authority, okay, Yahushai and the tabernacle of David, the people of the earth are going to rejoice because what? The ways of Yahweh Shemashai, the laws, statutes, and commandments are going to basically heal the earth, okay, and restore the earth back to its righteous estate, okay, and detoxify the earth. All right. So Psalms 67 and 3 again. Let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy. For thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon the earth. Yep. We're gonna judge under Yahushai the nations righteously via the law, statutes, and commandments. It says, let the people praise thee, O Yahweh. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and Yahweh, even our own power, shall bless us. So once a righteous government, a righteous rulership is going to take over the earth, Yahushai in the tabernacle of David, that's when our earth is going to yield its increase once again. Okay? And let's look up this word increase. All right, this word increase, Strong's H2981 says Yabawal says produce, fruit, produce of the soil. All right, no more GMOs, no more Monsanto. Okay, no more corrupt vegetables, no more corrupt fruits, no more corrupt herbs, no corrupt plants, no corrupt trees. All right. This earth is going to be turned back into Eden again. Paradise. Let's go to the root. All right. Strong's H2986. Yabal. Don't really have anything. But yeah. Basically, once we're set back into power, this earth is going to yield its increase again. Okay, it's going to yield its strength. All right. Because all the toxins and the poisons that's in the earth, both physically and spiritually, are going to be, put out. It's going to be removed. Okay. In verse 7, Psalm 67, verse 7, Yahweh bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Yep. The fear of the Lord is going to be instilled in the earth once again in the kingdom. Okay? So that's pretty much all I had on that. So Lord willing, this video is edifying. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, as well as teach well. And also peace and salutations to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.